All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about a massive transformation that's happening in the world of business, and that is the role of artificial intelligence and human resources. Now, this isn't just about some fancy new software. We're talking about a deep, fundamental change in how companies manage their most important asset, their people. So, let's start with a question that really gets to the heart of all this. Is HR just an administrative chore, paperwork and processes? Or is it a powerful strategic weapon? For a long, long time, it was definitely seen as the first one. But with AI entering the scene, that idea is being completely flipped on its head. We are watching HR evolve into a key driver of a company's overall success. And that's the perfect lead in to our first section, the strategic shift. We're going to unpack exactly how AI is the engine behind this change, pulling HR out of the back office and giving it a seat at the main table. So what do we really mean when we talk about AI in HR? It's so important to get this right. This isn't just about doing the old things faster. It's a whole new philosophy. We're shifting away from a reactive model, waiting for problems to pop up and then dealing with them, to a proactive one. AI gives us the power to use data to see what's coming and make smarter choices before something becomes an issue. And this slide makes an absolutely critical point. AI in HR is not a magic wand you can just wave. For it to create any real value, it has to be woven into the very fabric of the business. So for example, if a company's main goal is to reduce employee turnover, then its AI tools better be focused on spotting at-risk employees and figuring out how to keep them. If it isn't tied directly to a big picture goal, then it's really just an expensive distraction. All right, moving on. To really understand why this shift is so important, we need to take a quick look at the old way of doing things. Let's talk about the limits of tradition. This comparison table says it all, really. On the left, you've got the old world. HR teams are just buried under manual work, constantly in firefighting mode. It just can't keep up anymore. But on the right, you see the new reality, strategic HR. This is where data gives you proactive insights, which lets leaders handle complexity and really focus on the important stuff. This image of a bottleneck is the perfect metaphor, isn't it? Think about all those manual tasks, sifting through hundreds, sometimes thousands of resumes, carefully processing payroll, making sure all the complicated compliance rules are followed. They all create a traffic jam. And as a company grows, that bottleneck just gets tighter and tighter, slowing everything down. So if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us right to our third section, the data-driven solution. This is where AI stops being a buzzword and becomes a seriously powerful tool. So how does AI actually work its magic? Well, it's a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, these systems can chew through massive amounts of data. We're talking everything from performance reviews to employee surveys. Second, they're designed to find hidden patterns in all that data, things a human being would almost certainly miss. And third, and this is the most important part, it turns those patterns into actual insights you can use to make strategic decisions. And really, that's the key takeaway right there. AI is the engine. It provides the pure analytical horsepower you need to make smart, strategic choices about your people, whether you have 50 employees or 50,000. It helps you see the whole forest, not just one or two trees. Now, of course, whenever we talk about AI, there's always that big elephant in the room, right? Are the robots coming for our jobs? That question leads us to a really important way to think about this, which is our next section, AI as augmentation. This quote from the source material just nails it. AI is not positioned as a replacement for HR professionals. Instead, it functions as an augmentation tool. The goal here isn't to replace people, it's to empower them. AI is here to make human experts even better at their jobs, not to make them obsolete. I love this co-pilot analogy. It's just perfect. The HR professional, they're still the pilot, flying the plane, making the final calls. But now they've got this incredibly smart co-pilot that's analyzing all the data from the instruments, spotting potential turbulence up ahead, like, say, a top employee who might be about to quit, and suggesting a better course. It's all about enhancing human skill. So if AI is the co-pilot, what does that relationship actually look like on a day-to-day basis? This leads us perfectly into our final section, the human-AI partnership. This table lays out the new division of labor beautifully. You see, AI is incredible at the heavy lifting, the repetitive stuff, analyzing huge data sets, finding those hidden patterns. And what does that do? It frees up the humans, the HR professionals, to focus on the things only humans can do, using strategic judgment, building a great company culture, and making tough ethical decisions. And this, right here, is the ultimate goal. This partnership is what finally allows HR to escape that administrative quicksand and become the strategic leaders they're meant to be. By letting the AI handle the what, the data, the numbers, human leaders are empowered to focus on the why and the how. And that's all about people, culture, and the ethical soul of the organization. So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this question to think about. If you had an intelligent, data-savvy co-pilot on your team, what kind of big strategic decisions could you finally unlock for your company? The possibilities are really something else.